SBR Videos is sponsored by Sports Cash System. Click on the link below for more information. Hi, welcome to SBR Forum Videos. I'm Peter Loshak. We are previewing Week 15 in the NFL, and we're talking right now with Scott Kellen from 6centsports.com, who, as expected, is really coming on strong here at the end of the year. He gave us 2 more winners last week, bringing his record to 14-8 against the spread in our videos overall on the year. Scott, thanks for being back with us.
Hey, glad to be here. Thanks, Peter.
All right, so you're doing great in our videos. Are things going as well at your site?
Yeah, we've been doing well. We hit a little blip last week, but we won 2 out of the last 3 weeks. And I think, as I mentioned last year, we finished, I think, the last 5 weeks with winning weeks. So I expect more of the same, and it looks like another good card this week. So hopefully we can end up on the plus side again this week.
Houston, Indianapolis is the first game that you chose this week, and Indianapolis 5.5 or 6-point home favorite. The total is 45.5. And, Indianapolis, off their high-scoring loss at Cincinnati, they've now clinched the AFC South, so they're now in the playoffs. They're kind of locked into the 4 seed, basically. And, they're just not, even though they made the playoffs, they're just not playing that well overall. Their defense is giving up, a decent amount of points and yards, and their offense is, very sluggish at times. Houston, of course, they're coming off of the Thursday game. Of course, they fired Coach Kubiak, so they've got, the new coach for this game. They've got extra rest. They're on the road getting 6 points against a team that, just made the playoffs and is kind of playing a little sluggishly. I'm loving Houston here, +6. What do you think?
Yeah, I like this play a lot, and I'm kind of bouncing back and forth if I want to make it a stronger play than just a normal play. When I run the numbers, and especially late in the year, I'll run the season numbers, and I'll try to look at the last 4 weeks just to see if there's any differences in terms of how the teams have played. And when I run those numbers, I get Indianapolis winning if I look at the season stats, 24-23, somewhere in that range, and just look in the last 4 weeks, 25-23. So the numbers are basically the same. Houston's offense is just as good as Indianapolis's offense in terms of the numbers, and they actually have a better defense when I'm looking at the year-long stats. So I think we have a lot of value on the Texans in this game. I've got a couple of really good situations that apply to Houston as well. We all know they've lost 11 games in a row. But they've lost the last 7 games, they've lost by 7 or less points. Now, obviously, if they lose by 7 here, they won't get the cover, but they're competitive in all their games. They're just not finishing games. And as you said, they're off the Thursday game, so they've got a little bit of extra rest. Kubiak's gone, so hopefully, these guys will be at least motivated to continue to play. And Indianapolis is just a team that just does not separate themselves from the competition at all. Even last year, I think they only had 2 games where they won by more than 7 points. One of them was actually at home against Houston. I think they won by 12. They blew out Jacksonville. That one doesn't really count. And then this year, I think they've only had 3 games, with or without Reggie Wayne, where they won by more than 7. Now, they did win a couple weeks ago by 8 over Tennessee at home. But since Wayne has gone down, they've won by 3, lost by 30, won by 3, lost by 29, won by 8, lost by 14 last week. And as you said, there's not a lot of motivation for them to improve their situation. I'm sure they don't want to go into the postseason on a down note, so obviously they're going to continue to try to perform and get better. But a lot of value on Houston. The situations line up for them, and they're just a competitive team even through this losing streak. I just think there's way too many points in this game to be laying, and I'll gladly take Houston +6.
All right, Scott Kellen, I think you absolutely nailed it. I completely agree with you. I think that's all we need to say about this one. Houston +6. Thanks, Scott.